And we are live for another great episode of this Great Brand Reset Project, episode 13. So, today we're going to be talking about a very useful topic for a lot of you, I believe. If you have not been following the past 12 topics or 12 sessions, this one might be one of the ones where you might want to take notes and actually do something about it because it's much more actionable. You will see some visible results, visible outcome, and you can actually apply it after today itself. So if you're watching this live with me, you can just give me a like or thumbs up or share. Again, this session is a brand reset project and it's meant to take a look at my own personal branding and how I can structure and shape it into something much better for everyone. So some of you may also be embarking on this journey together, and I want to share with you guys a useful tool for a lot of business owners or agents or coaches, consultants. Anyone can use this tool. It's part of a user experience. It's called the empathy map. So I'm not going to jump in straight into that. Share screen. So we've been trying to figure out what's the best configuration when we're doing this. So yes, a great brand reset project is here. So episode 13 is getting into the head of your ideal client. So I know with this title itself, it actually branches out more questions, but I want you to bear with me. I want you to follow through with a recap of episode 12 or whichever episode it was previously. Before we continue, just a reminder, we have a Facebook group which you guys can join. We want to rebrand, recharge, and refocus. So I will drop the link to the Facebook group right after this live. What's the purpose of the Facebook group? One of it is for me to have extended conversation. It's for me to engage you with questions and answers, and for you to interact with like-minded people. So three good reasons for you to join the Facebook group and invite your friends or those who need them, join the group, start the conversation. So just to recap, you may probably realize back. I talked about what kind of problems we identified, the gap in the community. I feel that I'm only at ease if I'm able to unlock people's potential and empower them to engage in these opportunities. And to do that is either through speaking, marketing, writing, teaching, and business strategies. And when I mash it all together, I realize what it exactly is actually is the branding and marketing campaigns that I developed for people. So that was how I developed my niche. There were other steps as well. I need to look at who were the past people I used to work with, and they were mostly real estate agents. I did my idea decision metric to see which group were the most profitable, were the most impactful, were the most vision, easiest to evolve, impactful, and the conclusion was the real estate agents as well. Impact cost metrics in terms of impact, cost, and simplicity. We shortlist there were real estate financial advisors and also small medium business owners. So these are the people who can benefit from what I can do in terms of my skill set. So they were the freelancers, small medium business owners, personal brands, network marketers, coaches, affiliate marketers, job seekers, financial agents, and real estate agents. We shortlist down to three: the small medium business owners, financial agents, and real estate agents. And when we had to pick one, the one that made sense were real estate agents themselves. And I'm going to go deeper than that for developing my persona later, and I'll explain to you guys what I mean. Once I choose real estate, is doesn't mean the conversation ends there. Remember, guys, part of branding is it's always about continuous conversation. It's always about refining. And even though I say it's a rebrand, even if you guys already have set with a brand, don't stop refining your niche. Don't stop refining your offer. Don't stop refining your marketing campaigns. It's always there's always room for improvement. So let's review the customer empathy map. You've probably seen this botak guy before, and it's stuck in the middle of square. If this is the first time seeing this, probably type in the comments that this is your first time. Just type one so I know it's your first time seeing such a thing. And it comes with 6 quadrants that you need to fill up. What do you see, what you hear, what you think and feel, say and do, pain and gain. So that's the customer empathy map. We're going to be filling this up later. So how do you work through the customer empathy map? First of all, you want to think about my real estate agent persona. What do they see? What they hear? What they think? What they feel? What they say and do? Pain and what kind of gains they feel. So I'm going to come back to this, but first, think about my persona. Okay, how did I arrive at this persona is because I assessed my skill level, I assessed my resources, I assessed my goals as well, my income goals, my ability, my network, and I made an assessment of all of that, and I realized the people that I want to target will definitely fall into this category. Typically, they will probably age around 30 or just slightly above 30 to 40, maybe just crossing a bit of 40. Maybe if I want to be very picky about this, I would say probably 32 to 42 or 33 to 43. But for the sake of example, we look at 30 to 40. Why? They probably have had sufficient amount of time in the industry, and they have probably explored various options, and right now they're looking to achieve an income breakthrough, or they want to grow a team. Because why is this important when they want to achieve an income breakthrough? Income breakthrough means they need to level up their marketing campaign. They need to have a very strong marketing campaign, very strong presence. That's why this I would definitely be able to help them. Why grow a team? Because most agents, when they are functioning on their own, they can do really well. But the moment they want to switch to growing a team, they are struggling to recruit because they don't have a strong presence. They don't have a brand, a strong personal brand that can carry the team and attract people to join their team. So even with all the years of experience, it doesn't translate to easy outcomes as well. The income wise, it's not a fixed thing. I know it varies greatly, but I believe it's not far off, I hope, 4K to 10K per month. And other indicators I might use besides the 5 years and above, maybe their income level, um, accomplishments, or their team size. So this is a very rough idea. So how did I even generate my persona? And how do I know well enough about the details? So there are 5 ways that I can recommend right now. You can do focus group. You can become an agent to learn more about them. Go under their skin. I don't know whether that makes sense. One-to-one interviews means you just invite them out for coffee, ask them as many questions as possible. Or you can look for probably their own portals and see whether they have their own database about their own agents. And last but not least, definitely you can just Google and do some online research. Recommendation based on this particular persona, the best value, the best option I would recommend is focus group, followed by becoming agent, then one-to-one interview. But that's not a luxury I can afford. So I'm going with one-to-one interviews first. My past clients, my leads, my friends, my network. I can do one-to-one interviews. And if you guys have agents or no agents who fit this persona, or more or less come somewhat close to this persona, I would like to have a one-to-one conversation so that I can improve the persona, improve my ideas here, and that can actually create better outcome for everyone who's watching as well. So let's get started. There's the 6 steps for us to fill out the customer empathy map. So the number one is, what do they see? It means when they wake up, what is the first thing they look up? Rhymes. So is their social media. Probably which social media they're using: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Reddit. So what maybe they spend more time on their listings, their listing portals, and maybe their environment. What does their environment look like on a daily basis? Probably where do they spend their most time at? So this is what they see, and this what they see will shape what kind of conversations they hear, which is come to the second part. Okay, I realize it's a bit too ambitious for me to try to type now, so I'm just going to explain. And when I have the time, I'll fill it up and show you guys the final result. So, what do they hear? What kind of conversations are happening around them? What do people what did their clients talk about, and what their fellow agents talk about, what did their maybe people of their immediate circle, their immediate circle of influence talk about. So what do they hear regularly? What kind of conversations are they participating in? And when they hear, when they see their environment, and maybe they see that a lot of prices are going up, and then when prices go up, they start to hear conversation about, hey, maybe now is a market for sellers because is the price is going up, the cooling measures has not taken effect yet, and there's strong demand. And comes to part number 3. How does it make them feel about what they're hearing and seeing? And what are they thinking? What kind of ideas or strategies are they thinking about? How do they want to? How do they feel about the latest, what I call it, development? And how, lastly, I should not have eaten before this. The next part is number 4. They already thought, they already felt, they have processed their thoughts of what are the actions they want to take now. So what would they want to do next? What would they share with other people? What are the things they do execute? So that is what they are seeing and doing. Then comes pain. So what are the obstacles that is holding them back from being able to implement what they have envisioned? So what are the fears they have? What are the obstacles? What are the roadblocks they may have to do that? And that comes to point number 6. What kind of gains do they want? Means what will success look for them? What will success look for them? And how much income, or is it how much growth, how much team members, how much presence? Maybe that is what success. You're gonna help to them to define what will success look for them. So you realize a lot of flows, but you need to use the customer empathy map in that order. You can't skip, because when it doesn't flow, your thought may not flow as well, and you'll feel a bit uncomfortable with how the conversation goes. So customer empathy map is part of the huge puzzle that we are building here, we are putting together here, before we go to the deeper conversations. And I would say this customer empathy map alone can definitely take you places if you know how to utilize it. I've personally utilized it for volunteer programs, overseas programs, for my clients as well. I enforce them, fellow agents will enforce with them to actually sit down, try to fill this up. And in fact, some of you have multiple client persona or customer persona, have one for each persona as well. It can even be as strict as one for male, one for female, one for different age group, one for different countries as well. So take it seriously. In fact, I would just say, even if you have no time to recap all the other sessions, share with people about this session alone. This one can take you places. So just to recap with you guys, I want to go back. This is the customer empathy map. There are 6 steps, and you're going to know your persona first. It's a very brief idea of who your ideal client might look like, or what they do, what they behave. And then if you have that and you want to get a little bit more information about your persona, go to interviews, do research, database, focus group. And once you have more information, then you're able to fill this up better. And then you start to fill up this here, the 6-step process, what they see, what do they hear then, how they think and feel, what they say and do, what the pains, gains. Bring them all together and then look at it. Take some time, spend 15 to half an hour, just look at what you have filled up. Then reflect. What's going on in your mind? How do you feel about do maybe your own reflection? What are you seeing, what hearing, what say and do and think and feel? What are the pains and what are the gains that's stopping you? So reflect on what you have developed, what you nurtured, and see. Maybe compare again, do another round interview and see, does it match? And maybe every 3 months, every 6 months, go back to this again. Is it still consistent? Has it changed? Why has it changed? Why has it not changed? It's not always a bad thing if things change, but it's worrying if it keeps changing every month. If it changes every year or every 6 months, I think it's still okay, but it should not change every week or every month. It should be as consistent as possible. So that's the customer empathy map. Next topic I would like to share in the coming session is actually very, very important. It's most people take it very lightly because they will only have a brief one-liner, which is to share what is your unique selling point or your value proposition. If you remember, we did the business canvas model. One of the columns was about value proposition. I will show you guys how to truly break down your value proposition from the building blocks, piece it back together, and develop one that is really powerful for your audience. So stay tuned for the coming episode. Hopefully today's session was really, really helpful for you guys. It is still, I'm trying to find the right groove of how to make sure that whatever I share is impactful, is immediate, and is bite-sized enough. So if you guys have any suggestions or tips on how this can be more bite-sized or easy to consume for you guys, let me know. If you guys want to help out as well, let me know as well. Drop me a DM anytime. I know some of you are definitely following through, and that's really heartening to hear that you guys are following through the sessions. Probably you may also feel that there may be other people that can benefit from today's session. Just share with them. Let them know you care by showing them this. So in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and keep learning. I think I need a better catchphrase. But in the meantime, good night, guys.